hybrid? Where are you at? Boy, I'd like to slam into about a 10, 11, 12 pounds hybrid today. That would make this day worth it. I caught several before we turned the camera on, just different stuff. So I didn't, and like I said, I didn't know when we got up here what I was going to be. So after I started catching them, I ran up and got the tripod and the camera. So I caught a few before we turned the camera on. Makes it rough when you don't have a cameraman. Ooh. Hey. Come on, fishy, fishy. Do something to me. Big flathead. Big flathead. You didn't take it? Yeah, that's on record. But that's a good sign of something. That's good. Hold this rod. See? A big flathead. Like I want the nasty thing. We're going to hook into a hybrid. A lot of people love that, wouldn't they? Yeah. There. Goodbye. Got that dam running. You think they get up in these little eddy spots, just got to run that lure out of that fast water and kind of slow it down. When you get into that steel, let it make a lot of noise and then slow it down. That tail's just, rubber tail's just vibrating. And I just try to slow it. Thing about fishing here, when it's like this, you really don't know what you're going to catch. I mean, just anything is active when this dam's open like this, because all the bait fish is just moving. Everything's kind of... A lot of people don't like to fish it when it's like this. It discourages a lot of people. That's why I like fishing it when it's like this, because a lot of people ain't up here. It's always good to have a lure that makes quite a bit of noise, because especially the water is kind of murky, and you know, all these white caps and the current's moving so strong. most of the bait fish anyway, if you look, they're real erratic in this water. They don't just stay real still like, say, in still water. So that's why I like to fish a little bit faster when it's like this. Well, there's something. I don't know what. We got something or another. I hope it ain't some stupid carp or something. Or gar. No, it's another striper. Good. All right. That's what we're wanting. That's what we want. That's perfect eating size right there. You get them, get a bunch of them. Woo! Thank you, Lord. Huh? I think I'm going to have to get up here about daylight in the morning. If they keep this dam like it is right now, it should. Oh, there's something. I don't know what. We'll see what it is. A drum. A drum. Caught him right at the bank. I mean, like right at the bank. Whoa. Pardon me, sir. I don't want to get a hook in me. Whoa. Or sheephead, whatever you call them. We call them freshwater drums, I guess is what they're called. Oh, well, they get some big ones up here, though. Ouch. I've caught some big drums up here. See that? Somebody said you can eat them. You can have at them. I ate them one time, flayed some out. Lord of mercy, I got sick as a dog. I had upset stomach I couldn't, it's terrible. Woo! Never did that no more. I didn't know. You know, if you notice, I'm using a pistol grip bait casting rod, and you know, pistol grips has kind of got out of style. 5.5 foot pistol grip rods. Now, usually, if I'm in them big stripers or the hybrids, you know, I've got a 6.5 foot heavy action rod, but I just brought this one along this evening because I really didn't know what was happening up here. I hadn't been up here this year, and this one's easy to fit in the car, or the Jeep rather. And but I like a pistol grip. A lot of people don't like them because they're short, but you know, I've been fishing with them for years, and I mean, I've landed some big fish on a pistol grip. I mean, it's true that you really probably should have a heavier action rod if you're fishing, you know, bigger stuff, and if you're fishing big lures, you need to control it. And it's true that, and I have heavy action rods, but I just like these little rods. And like I said, back in the 80s and the early 90s, man, that was the style. But nowadays, you don't see many of them. So when I do see one, I usually try to grab it. So I like them. Some of my biggest stripers have come when this dam's wide open, when nobody's up here. And sometimes it's amazing at the stringer of fish you can catch when these dams are open. And you know, people gets discouraged. It discourages so many people. I just smile and come on down and find me a good place to start chunking and winding, and you know, usually you make something happen. drums, flathead, stripers, crappie, bass, smallmouth, largemouth, spotted. I mean, it's just walleye. You really don't even know what you're going to catch when you get up in these whitecaps like this. I guess the one thing is to have a high-speed reel. Now, a lot of people, they don't have a reel that's, that every time they, oh, I missed one. But every time they crank, it takes up a lot of line, and you can really move on baits. So I got a 6.5 to 1 gear ratio in this reel, and really helps when you're doing this kind of fishing, because you really want to be able to control that lure. A lot of times you have these slow reels, or you have an old cheap spinning reel, or even an old cheap bait caster. A lot of times you can't control that lure like you can with a good one, a good high quality fast reel. The lure controls everything. It's like with anything, presentation. And if you can't control that lure in this fast water, and it's not got the right action, you're probably not going to get as many strikes as you would if you got the right reel. So it does make a difference. A lot of people overlook that when they're buying the reel. It just depends on what you got. I mean, I like a slow reel. I like a 5 to 1 gear ratio or something when you're dealing with soft plastics or plastic worms or flipping and pitching. But for this kind of fishing, you want a fast reel. You're not. Look here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Big largemouth. Holy cow. Big largemouth. I barely got him hooked in the head too. Like barely got him hooked in the head. Come here. Oh, look at there. I almost barely had that sucker hooked too. First cast that crankbait. See that? Pretty. She's nesting, see? On her tail. Nice. And two, when I get around this type of water, as soon as I get into that steel, out of the fast end of the steel, I'll stop and kind of crank, and just kind of a stop and go. Let that lure kind of do this and stop, let it stop, let it make it look injured, instead of just straight letting it go. Seems like that works better for me, that stop and go. I know them big hybrid stripes are in here. It's just, I've had more luck early in the mornings catching them. There's something. I don't know what it is. Whoa. Oh, it's a big stripe. Or a big hybrid. I know they's in here. There had to be some in here. There just had to be. Yeah, now that's what we want. That's what we're looking for. Yes, sir. That's what we're looking for right there. Oh, yes. Yes, sir. Get about 5 or 6 of them. Have a good day. Yes, sir. Now, if we could catch about 3 more like that, we'd have a good day. It's already been a good day. I've caught several. Like I said, when I first got here, I caught some. It wasn't on camera, and it wasn't much size, but then started catching them a couple good ones, and I ran up and got the camera. So caught a few today, and then caught, bass and drum and a little bit of everything, flathead. So, been a successful day. But I usually catch them big ones like that early in the mornings and at night. I mean, I've caught them up in the evening and even up in the daytime when the dam's running like this, but I've done better when it's early, you know, from daylight on to about 8 o'clock in the morning. And then, you know, up in the night. I think we're going to have to turn in, get back to the house, but that's day number 1. I think I might come back in the morning, see if we can do it again. So, pretty good day. Let's get to the house.